I become accustomed the last few weeks to doing my videos with Amy. I rather like it. So I want to reserve my opening and the 2-year-olds. Amy and I will talk about them later today. I'm leaving the barn now, just finished up. Was very happy with, today was an odd day. It was misty and a little muddy and just not a good training day. We were going to train all the horses slow, so we had sets put in place. They said, scrap the sets. I have 5 or 6 that I want to go with. Everybody else just pair up. We're all going the same speed, pacers, trotters, it doesn't matter. Everybody's going around 2:30. So whoever's ready, jump on, away you go. Train in sets of 2 or 3. It worked out really well, went through the day well. I got to go with Aunt Sarah and Eyes of 10, Pretty Eyes and Lies, train 4 or 5. Anyway, we'll talk about them in the 2-year-old section. But I was really happy. I'm happy this time of year when we can keep the good horses at top form or around there, so that they're staying comfortable and they're learning, they're growing, they're filling out, they're putting muscle on, but they're staying at their top level. And more importantly, I guess, not more importantly, but every bit as importantly, more importantly, having the horses that have struggled a little bit come forward, start to straighten them out. I know Jim and a number of people were worried about Zena Kemp, how she was going to be. She was awesome today. Amy actually went with her. Her and I trained Pretty Eyes and Lies and Zena together. She pulled up and she said, wow, Zena is really quiet now and she's behaved. I said, well, she's getting sounder, and when they're a little pinchy here or there, obviously their stress level is going to be heightened. Their stress level is going to be heightened, and you're going to see them start to get a little hot, a little warm. When you see those horses start to cool down and just kind of sink into their head check, I'll say that sometimes, you just see them just start to relax. Just their entire body language is just much more subdued. That's obviously a huge indicator that you're moving in the right direction, and Zena was great today in that regard. As I said, Pretty Eyes and Lies was good today too. We didn't have a ton on the go today, right? It was just one of those murky days. You just want to get in, get everything done, make sure the horses are set up for the weekend. Hanger One's got a big abscess coming out of his foot, and he's really sore on it. It's bothering him a lot. Today we tubbed him. Neuromancer's fine now. He had the remnants of a cut on his foot from the other day, but he was much better today. I don't have my iPad, so I have Ollie's phone. I have Ollie's phone that I'm doing all my work on. So I was happy with the way today went, except for the weather. Now I have to come back in tonight. I have Rosa and Alexandra on my only drive, only one. Race 3, so one and done tonight at Northfield. We have Patrick racing today, but he drew the 9-hole. First start back in 3-4 weeks. I can't imagine it's going to be a pretty looking race. And then obviously we also have some horses racing tonight. I talked about the horses that raced last night. We have what do we got today? Patrick de Piranha, Trosa is racing today. Rose Run Alexander, Resolve Indeed, Rose Run AJ, and Neptune are all going today, so I'm excited to hear about them. But I did want to talk about our racehorses, right? I'm going to talk about the 3-year-olds, going to talk about the racehorses, and Amy and I are going to do the opening that we like to do on Sundays. I would want to do it on a Sunday, and hopefully the weather's better tomorrow. I hate doing videos on days like this. You know what? It's got to be done. Let's get through the racehorses, starting out with Admiral Dio. He's growing on me a little bit. I think he is an underachiever somewhat, but he is doing pretty good work. He could have been an okay third the other day. He could have been a decent second the other day, but instead he was a very good winner. I thought the horse looked good, raced good, and I was really, really happy with him. Drebin, he's off for a little while. He's swimming right now. His projected time to qualify, when will he be ready to qualify? I'm going to say it'll be late summer. Late summer we'll have Drebin ready to go again, which is fine. I think he'll grow up, fill out, and who knows? You can never tell. If you would ask me, I was certain that Memory and Imagination and Irresistible Sun would come back like killers at 4, and they just come back the way they were at 3. They just were what they were, and unfortunately were not what I wanted them to be. But that's that's racing. We all go through that. There are some other horses that have surprised us, but those two were not. Irresistible Sun was claimed a few weeks ago, or a month ago or so, whereas Memory and Imagination is in the sale on Monday. I talked about that sale on Monday through Preferred. I talked about it on my Saturday morning video, why the horses were in there. It's just simple logistics. You know, Scioto's about to open up. I don't believe they're going to split that class, and if you're going to push me to make a prediction, I think that Mounts for All is going to be the horse that's coming forward, so that's the one that we're going to cling on to. Whereas Memory and Imagination, although I want him to be a better horse, I'm not disappointed with his overall body of work. He's been a great horse for us, but I think it's time to move on. 4-year-olds and up. Drebin, Memory and Imagination, Mounds for All, raced decent the other day. I know Stacy was worried they can't get him off the gate. He just can't leave. He's not a lever. He just isn't. She goes, well, what about the hobbles? I said, you're asking me about trot and hobbles? Put them on him. I don't care. If you think you can get him off the gate better with trot and hobbles on, then put them on him. I think Mounds for All is going to learn to be a better horse, and I think that's just what I was talking about, part and parcel of what I was talking about when it comes to Memory and Imagination. I know what Memory and Imagination is, right? I know what he is, I know what he isn't, and he's a good horse, but I don't quite yet know what Mounds for All is. And Mounds for All is every bit as good as Memory and Imagination right now. So it's a pretty obvious choice to me, right? And that's exactly the choice that I made. Tenacious Hanover he was supposed to come back in midweek. He's probably back in Tim's now, I believe. We'll get back jogging. He won't be long making it back to the races. I say within 2.5 weeks or so, we'll have him back in to go. Time is on my side. Trained fantastic. I trained him Friday morning on a rainy day, kind of a day just like today. I trained him in 52 and a piece. He was good. He's going to make his way. Him and JK Victory are going to make their way to Mohawk for next week. JK Victory has a series starting over there, and Time is on my side has a prep race. It'll be in the Open, and he's coming in off 5 weeks' notice. Doesn't matter how fast you train him. He's not going to go over there and win the Open. Probably run him up the wood, get a good race into him, and then try and see what we have for the Jaravinsky. Vehement was very good the other day. Really happy with Vehement. Away you go. You can go. Vehement was very good the other day. Got up and won now. I will say this. After he gets out of that Melmers 4 class, he's likely going to find his way into the open market also. I don't know if he can do in the nominal as a 7. We might try in there once or twice and see, but definitely racing good. Very happy. Just consistency getting him in, but very happy with what I've seen from Vehement. Save America has been lights out again. Very, very nice horse. Drew the rail in the Open, but there's some killers in there tomorrow, so we'll see how he does. Regardless of how he does, we know he's an extremely gifted animal. Spitfire Overseas was going to win yesterday and broke his hobbles. Somebody said, well, luckily you were getting parked. I was already clearing to the front when the hobbles broke. If you look, I don't have to say it, I know it. He was probably going to win pretty handily again. So I'm happy with his mechanics. A little disappointed in the stitching in our hobbles yesterday, but very, very happy with his mechanics. He feels like he's coming forward. He feels more comfortable. He feels more himself. And I hope we can keep. My only concern at all at this point in regards to Spitfire, will he be able to wear those mushroom bars full time? He's flat-footed, and they're kind of hard on their frog to begin with. So I don't know. We'll see. But for right now, he's very good. Spitfire, Texan Soprano was good again. I was happy with him. Megan had messaged me in the afternoon to say, his blood work is, I'm not happy with his blood work still, but it's getting better, and obviously the horse is racing pretty good. So if his blood is going in the right direction, and he's still racing the way he is and getting a little bit better, obviously good things ahead for him. Greatest ending, 3rd the other day, drew the 9 hole. He's in tough at Miami Valley. Wish I had taken that one back. Maybe could have snuck him over to the Meadows, but whatever. That ship sailed. We'll see him race Sunday night at Miami Valley, Sunday afternoon. JK Victory. Excuse me. JK Victory trained great in 54 yesterday. Again, my problem is he's got an ulcer on his palate. We've got to nip that in the bud. the good news is he is going to go back to Ontario and race. I'm going to tell Harry just to put him in the pool and put him in the walker. Don't put him in the jog cart before next Saturday. I don't think he needs it. I think he'll go over and race good. He's a pretty old campaigner, and I can assure you he's going to race much better if he can breathe better. And that ulcer on his palate is causing a problem. So hopefully we can nip in the bud and race him at the same time. Looks like Money was great. Just a hair short the other day. You could see it, and I could feel it in the lines. He just didn't have the snap to him that I'm used to him having, and that was just being off 3 weeks. He'll come out swinging next week. I'm sure that Neptune, looking for a better race from him moving forward. He actually fits that series that JK Victory does also, so quite a discrepancy between those two horses. I think the JK Victory is a much better horse, but we'll see how Neptune races this week. Rock Shining Star, 9-hole again. Man, this guy does not draw good. But 998 or 988, I think, in his 3 starts returning. Outside again, so we'll see how he races this week. 3-point Blue Chip was very good. He's poised. He's sitting on a win. I think very, very happy with the shoeing change. If he's comfortable and stays comfortable in the footwear we have on him, I think it's full speed ahead for the rest of the summer for this guy. Trosa coming off of sickness, but at the same time, just such a good horse. Interested to see how he races tonight. Yo Mister is back good. He's sitting on a win. We could have a big week next week. A couple of good draws. And getting our horses in. We could have a really big week next week, because I can think of 3 horses right now that are absolutely sitting on wins. Yo Mister, 3-point Blue Chip, and Spitfire Overseas. All 3 of those horses look like they're sitting on wins. Delicious Stone DK again, racing Monday. I'm interested to see how he does. He's going to have to do in that class, or he's going to find himself in the open market too. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of straight claimers for trotters around right now. And when it comes to Delicious Stone, James was happy with him last week. I mean, I wasn't super happy with him. James was happy with him. He's back in the 20 class, not the 25 class. So we'll see how he races this week. And then Patrick the Piranha, not the return I wanted. Post 9 position is not going to help us today at all. So we'll see how old Patrick makes it today. But I would much rather have drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, even 8. But unfortunately we drew 9. So we'll see how that plays out today with him and young Mr. Hanners. So good luck to all my partners today. I will talk to you soon. I'm coming right back with the 3-year-olds.